Okay, so what are the mean and standard deviation of a sampling distribution of a sample mean? Right, so sampling distribution of sample mean. Are these formulas on the formula sheet? Yes, they are. And are there any conditions for using this formula? Yes, there are. Okay. What are the conditions? Okay. The conditions here are, once again, we have a 10% rule, that the sample size needs to be less than or equal to, okay, the sample size needs to be less than or equal to 10% of the population, okay, and as well, we need to have our sample be fairly large, greater than or equal to 30, okay. This is just kind of a rule of thumb. Or our sample needs to come from a normal population. Okay. So what are the mean and the standard deviation? Alright, so mu sub x bar, the mean of the sample distribution of sample means, is equal to mu. Okay. And this sample distribution of sample mean standard deviation is equal to sigma over the square root of n. This is known as the standard error of the statistic. Okay? This is known as the standard error of the statistic. Okay? And what do we know? We know that the standard deviation measures the typical distance x bar is from mu in repeated samples. Okay? The sample distribution of sample means is approximately normal if those conditions are met. Okay? So, as long as my sample size is large enough, greater than 30, or I come from a normal distribution, and that I have this 10% rule met. Okay? Very, very important. Okay? Then I go to the next part. What is the shape of the sampling distribution of sample mean when the sample is taken from a normally distributed population? Right? If x is approximately normal with some mu and some sigma, then x bar is approximately normal with mu being the same and my standard deviation being sigma over the square root of n. Does that sample size matter? Does the sample size matter? Yes. Yes, it does, if I am not normal. So, in this case, if normal, size does not matter. Else, it does. Okay? So if we know x is normally distributed, then x bar is normally distributed. Mu, sigma, sigma over root n. And remember, this is known as the standard error of the statistic here. The standard error of the statistic. Alright? Very important. Very important. So we'll do the P-nutty example in the next video.